dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, there is widespread storm damage across the Commonwealth. Now, much of eastern Kentucky was spared by those morning storms, but the threat is not over. First Alert meteorologist Cameron Aaron joins us now with the very latest. Cameron?
Yes, Steve, we are tracking some showers and storms across the region as we go into this afternoon, and more are on the way into this evening as well. Let's go to First Alert Pinpoint Doppler, and you can see we are tracking a couple of showers and storms, but the good news right now, no active warnings in our region. The heaviest shower on the board pushing out of Leslie County into Perry County, and here are a few timings there. A first alert for places in Knott County, also moving into Floyd County if this holds together over the next several minutes there. We do have a tornado watch in place for the entire region besides Lawrence County until 8 o'clock this evening. So like Steve mentioned, that threat is not over just yet, as we are still tracking the potential for a few more strong to severe storms. Now, this is the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, and we are anticipating an update on this map here shortly. And once we have that, we'll be sure to pass it along to you. Now, we are still watching out for this line of showers and storms over western Kentucky pushing into southern Indiana, and that will continue marching off to the east through this afternoon, also into this evening. And notice multiple severe thunderstorm warnings along that line between Evansville and Louisville. And as that continues moving east, we could see possibly a few more warnings in our region, all thanks to that weather system. So be sure that you stay weather aware through this evening, as we could still see all modes of severe weather across the region. More details on that threat coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thank you. As always, you can stay on top of the severe weather and any alerts by downloading the WYMT weather app. You can scan the QR code there on your screen with your phone's camera. It will take you right to where you can download that app. It's free for both Android and iPhone users. Want to go now to some breaking news in Mount Vernon in Rockcastle County, where a major fire broke out downtown. Crews from neighboring communities have been called in to help, but we understand that fire is now basically out. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox joins us live with the latest on that. Chandler?
Street in downtown Mount Vernon, where, as you can see behind me, the building officials say caught fire early this afternoon. Crews are still working on finding hot spots and extinguishing those. Officials say the flames were put out sometime before 2:45 this afternoon, thanks to the help of several crews, including firefighters from Mount Vernon, Livingston, London, and Berea. Rockcastle EMS and the Sheriff's Office also were at the scene. The cause of the fire is unknown. It is unclear if there were any injuries. I am still waiting to get an interview with the chief of the Mount Vernon Fire Department and Mount Vernon. Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News. Back to you.
All right, Chandler, it definitely looked like an intense fire by the pictures we saw on social media earlier this afternoon. Obviously, you wonder if lightning may have been the cause of that fire. We'll just wait and see what the fire chief has to say a little bit later. Of course, for all the latest on this, we'll have it on WYMT.com. Well, back to the storms. Earlier, Governor Andy Beshear declared a state of emergency this afternoon due to the severe weather. The governor closed all executive branch state office buildings beginning at 1 p.m. and the Kentucky Emergency Operations Center in Frankfort was activated. The governor has also activated the state's price gouging laws. Now, the good news today is no deaths or serious injuries have been reported by these storms that have produced already some tornadoes in parts of Kentucky. The storms caused several power lines to fall along Interstate 75 this morning. That busy interstate was closed around the Athens-Boonesboro Road exit in Lexington. Traffic, as you see, was backed up for miles. Drivers say they did not move for hours. Some of those drivers who witnessed the lines falling say it was a scary experience.
Raining so hard I could barely see, so I was driving like 30 miles per hour or something. And next thing I know, those things just come swing this way, smash the vehicle. Slow down, turn your emergency lights on, make sure, you know, that you keep a distance from other vehicles.
Now, I-75 at the Athens-Boonesboro exit has reopened. You should still be cautious, though, if you have to travel in that area or really anywhere where those storms are brewing this afternoon. A number of businesses were impacted by the strong winds this morning in Jessamine County. Now, no one was hurt, but people will be repairing and cleaning up for a while. WYMT's Phil Pendleton shows us the damage there.
People say that it was if the storm decided to pick up and choose what it wanted to damage and destroy this morning. The boot store largely unimpacted, but its parking lot was a flurry of first responder activity after this storm came through this morning. The winds picked up and outbuildings were being tossed around like toys. Just after 10 o'clock this morning, Adam Broadway of KY Trailer and Shed Authority was on his way to work when the sky turned black. And then he got here, he saw the mess of broken wood, sheds flipped over, and trailers toppled. He estimates about $50,000 in damages.
Like it come right through here, like that building right there was way up here and it was facing out that way. And now it's way back there facing there. And then if you look at those buildings back there, they're flattened back there. So I don't know what it was.
And Nicholasville police were simply calling this a significant weather event, waiting on official word from the National Weather Service. And they also state that nobody was injured in any of this weather. They say that there were at least a dozen businesses impacted by what took place. In Jessamine County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
US 27 was shut down briefly after the storm, but has since reopened. The London Police Department is working to make community connections along with enforcing the law. The police department has several community engagement activities they work on while also protecting folks in the community. Officer Hobie Doherty says the city's mission is to take care of each other, pointing at how they open the community center as a storm shelter today. Doherty says they want to build connections as well.
Our main goal is to take care of the city and just develop relationships with them. That way they know we're here for them.
London Police also has a community policing coordinator. We'll take a closer look at how the police agency is helping community members later tonight. Coming up on First at 4, a spectacular show last night by women's college basketball's biggest star, Caitlin Clark's record-breaking masterpiece, and a look at the Final Four teams.
Plus, the threat for severe weather is not over just yet. Your forecast after this break.